We just entered a brand new month. It's August, the heart of summer. This is your monthly Astro business forecast.
Welcome to the Astrology as a Strategy podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Panassi. I'm on a mission to help you amplify your influence so you can free up time to spend with your family while increasing your revenue. I'm an astrologer, business mentor, an adventure seeker, and a proud mama of 3 kids. Think of this podcast as your shortcut to more joy and ease in your business. Running a business is joyful, and when you're not having fun, you haven't cracked the code yet, but that's about to change. I share practical and short tools how to use astrology in your business and life. So let's get started on using your energy strategically to make a bigger impact, have more free time, and grow your wealth.
The heart of summer feels both energizing, exciting, uplifting, and it's a time for inner exploration, setting up or refining your business values, and aiming high. It's time to turn your creative energy inwards, and this month really focuses on moving with the tides and fine-tuning your big goals. Now, Uranus is creating quite a stir-up when it meets up with Venus, Mercury, and the Sun, so radical shifts can leave you puzzled and unsettled. Uranus is really taking the center stage this year, together with Saturn. But Uranus is, how do I put this nicely? It's almost like it pushes you over the edge, so you actually see what's on the other side. And maybe you're fearing the edge, but sometimes you just have to take the leap. Uranus doesn't gently nudges you, it just pushes you off the cliff. Go look, because maybe there's something better. And sometimes we will actually fall flat on the floor, and it will be painful. And other times you find out you actually have wings and you will take off. Now we start the month off with the Sun opposing Saturn, Mercury is squaring Uranus, then we have the Sun squaring Uranus. All of these aspects are about how much restlessness can you handle? Do you know when to pull back? And this is focusing on creating order in the chaos. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. Different restrictions are everywhere. So we are kind of navigating this very uncertain area. We don't know where it's headed. After August, we will be heading into fall again. What will that look like? The work for you this month is to see how can you create order? How can you keep your own space and your own responsibilities clean and clear? Because sometimes we need to feel the discomfort and we need to feel the restlessness before we can actually take the steps. In the self-help space and in the coaching industry, you hear a lot about this, what I call false or toxic positivity, where we kind of ignore what we're feeling in the moment. Now, this is a very stressful moment. In some countries, restrictions are being lifted, so there is a new sense of freedom. What does it look like? What can I do? What can't I do? So there is this uncertainty. In other countries, the restrictions are getting more tight again, so there is this, it's almost like a pressure cooker. Nothing is lifted yet. We're still in the pandemic. We're still dealing with all of the consequences. And you can feel whatever you're feeling. There's no judgment, you don't have to label it, but don't skip over it. If you feel anxious, give a space for the anxiousness. If you feel unsettled, give that unsettled feeling a place to be, and find help if you need to, whether that is calling a good friend or reaching out to a colleague. For me, my lifeline these past few months have definitely been my friends, because we haven't been able to see each other. I call them at least once a week, if not more, just to talk about how we feel. And we're not trying to fix each other. We're not trying to talk each other out of what we're feeling. We're simply holding space for the other person to feel seen in their feelings and in what is happening. And I really strongly encourage you to do the same. And if your friends are calling you, you don't need to fix them. This is just an opportunity to listen. And I know the Leo energy, we want to take the stage, we want to help because maybe as a leader you know how to, but just take a step back and just listen and see how you can create that space for your friend. Because the more you're able to do it, also the more you receive other people holding that space for you. On August 8th, we have the new moon at 16 degrees Leo. Now this is a little bit of a turning point where things starting to shift a little bit. Don't expect any dramatic sudden changes because we're still in this Uranus soup, I would say, where we haven't really finished making the soup yet, but also not all the ingredients are in yet. But this new moon is playful, it's creative, it's courageous, and it also happens to be together with the Lionsgate. Now, just a little bit of a side note. I started researching this. The Lionsgate actually doesn't have a lot of astrological relevance. It seems like it's more based on numerology. Now, I haven't done deep enough research to get to the root of this, but I really love the idea of people coming together on this day to meditate, to open themselves up, whether it is an actual portal or not. It doesn't hurt you to spend that day on focusing on your big dreams, your big goals. And because it's a new moon, I hope you're setting intentions on that new moon anyway. So connecting that with this Lionsgate energy, 8-8, is a beautiful, amazing opportunity for you to dream big. With all the interaction with Uranus, there's really a strong desire for change and rebellion. So how can you use your creative energy to make the world a more beautiful place? Your intention will definitely be enhanced from all sides. Really take your time to bathe in this energy. On the 11th, Mercury enters Virgo. This is the home base of Mercury. It doesn't stay there very long, but you will quickly notice where your energy is needed. And this is a beautiful energy for your communication to quickly come to the point, and as well with your clients to come to the essence of what they desire. August 16, Venus enters Libra. This is really the home base of Venus. This is where she feels very at home. So love and money are finding a new balance. You'll notice in relationships, your business and your romantic relationships are going to be very harmonious. There are no extreme shifts or changes happening, but make sure, because of the Libra energy, that you guard your own desires and speak your mind and don't agree too much with other people. This month we also have Uranus turning retrograde. It's more felt on a social level, but don't be surprised if themes of disturbance and transitions are being revisited. And this time is not to facilitate the change, but really to reflect. On the 22nd, we have the second full moon at 29 degrees Aquarius. And this is like an invitation to let go even more, to embrace your unique and quirky self. Especially with the moon next to Jupiter, they're getting an extra push to weigh your personal desires with that of the collective. That same day, the sun enters Virgo, and we have entered Virgo season. Practical insights and detail-oriented action, especially in your business, ladies. This is the perfect time to set up the systems, the plans, the structures you need for the rest of the year. And I cannot stress this enough, that this is the perfect time to set out your complete planning for the rest of the year. The way that I always look at it is Virgo season is kind of a new start. So the year for me is really divided in two. One of them is Aries season, the initiation, the quick action, the fire, the inspiration, the passion. And then the second time for me really is when the sun enters Virgo, because Virgo is practical, it looks at the detail, it loves to plan, and that is beautiful to take that next leap in your business, that next step where you really need to set up the structures to get to the next level. Now with my clients, this is really a time where I always sit down with them and review, especially the people in my 1-year program. We look at, okay, what have you done from January till September? What did it bring you? What are your business plans? How do you want to move forward? And then we map out the rest. And especially we have always mapped out the whole year already. But we all know that life happens, things in your business shift, you get new ideas, new inspiration. September is a time to put them down to paper and to connect the action steps with it. So if you're not sure what is ahead of you and you would like to know what's in the stars, how can you use that in your benefit so you know exactly what to do when, because really that's the essence of it. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Patricia Panassi and send me a DM because I love to chat with you about this. Or if you want to know more about the one-day retreats, head over to patriciapanassi.com and you can book a free call there so we can explore what your planning looks like, how can we optimize it so you're actually working less hours but with more success. At the end of the month, we have Mercury entering Libra. And that's a very long extended time where we have Mercury in Libra because Mercury goes into retrograde on September 26th. So if there are plans that you want to execute, that you want to make sure that you do, once the sun has moved into Virgo, that's a time for action. Once Mercury goes into retrograde, it's not like everything will fall apart and you don't have anything to do, but you have like a full month where you can utilize the Virgo energy, that planning, structuring, practical approach before Mercury stations retrograde next month on the 26th. Mercury in Libra is friendly, warm, and honest. And use this extended period of time to explore your relationship with the balance. Are you putting your own priorities forward or do you move too much with others? Because we have the hit 3 times because of the retrograde period, we can explore our relationship with balance quite a few times. So there you have it. August in a nutshell. And it could feel like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. On one side, you're being invited to be playful, to be courageous, to be out there, like the Leo energy, to present yourself, be the leader. And on the other side, there are times to really contemplate, set out the plan for the next few months, what it is that you need in place. One of the things I highly recommend you doing this month is, if you don't have a business manifesto or clear business values, this is the month to write them down. Connect to it. What is it that you think is important in your business? What are your values? What are the values that your potential clients or your clients need to have? And allow yourself to stand up for what you believe in, to stand up for creating the business the way that you want to. You don't have to please anybody. This is you taking your stage. So if you want to receive the Astro Business Forecast in PDF form with way more dates and details, like I told you right now, head over to patriciapanassi.com/magic and you can sign up to get the PDF guide for free in your inbox at the beginning of every month. So you're not going to miss out on anything and you can plan your month ahead with confidence, knowing what's ahead and utilizing the beautiful energy that we have ahead of us in August. So go ahead and use the astrology as a strategy in your business so you know exactly what to do when. And if you need help with that, you can head over to patriciapanassi.com, book a free call, or head over to Instagram, Patricia Panassi, and shoot me a DM. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening to the Astrology as a Strategy podcast again. I love to hear your insight from this episode. Screenshot and tag me on Instagram in your stories or on your feed. You will inspire others to have more joy and ease in their business, and I love to see who's listening. One last thing. I love creating free content for you. Would you like to do something in return? Go to iTunes, subscribe, and leave a review. This helps the podcast to be found more easily so this message can reach more people. Thank you so much for listening, and I will catch you next time.